interrupt Gushwei and Bernard, but it's almost impossible against the Kree and the Brig.
It's difficult, especially when you get stunned just like that, and Eileen gets taken out, and you talk about those stuns, and that's going to be the biggest problem here. When you take a look at the Charge of Spark, they're not giving them a chance now, punching Choice of One out of this fight, and already building up.
They're going to go for another engage with the mines.
And that's why Shy here is going to be so important. The Deadeye now going to try to just ignore the fact that mines are there. Instead, clearing the field, he finds Griffin at the same time. Griffin was off to the side, wasn't really wary of the Deadeye. Now the Ana's out, that means the Nano Boost won't be there, but Montu's going to pop the rally. Luckily, though, they're finding these trades in their favor. They found Gushwei and MCD.
Forward, but Nano Doofus goes in.
And here he goes with the Meteor Strike, finding his way through the backlines and finding two, already opening things up to make sure that they can put themselves back on board, and cleaning things up is going to be Eileen. He had a troublesome time at the very beginning, but he's cleaned up around the Spark.
The Spark with the flux in the window, they might want to use it for space, but the grab comes out first.
Oh, and immediately following up, but gets stunned out of the Death Blossom. But Karim with the anti, what a follow-up to ensure that the Death Blossom wasn't for a fail. Instead, they've cleaned up again around the entirety of the Spark.
For him, Eileen is having a field day right now. Flux out from Bernard, but MCD's already dead.
And MCD going down is not a great start here for the Spark to try to reclaim this point. Now already at 90%. The Charge have lost 2 though, but more bodies have fallen from the side of the Spark. They're trying to desperately touch this point because they got to contest, but it doesn't look like Krong's going to leave anybody left here from the Spark.
Oh man, it's so hard for the Spark to actually set up. The rally's coming out. Nano on the Messiah. Doesn't matter though, they can't get back.
This control point first, very similar to the first round. Anti coming in and Gushwei taking a quick nap. Although a lot of damage coming out onto Charge. Mandu goes down first. That just leaves Karim for the sustainability. Now it's 2 down. Although Shy's out, he'll come back with a duplicate, but it's looking like Spark right now are able to still maintain these picks, and he's building into this Meteor Strike. He's still a menace. He's on top of MCD. Somebody needs to help him out.
Okay, Eileen got Nano in the midst of that fight as well and takes out MCD. He's going to have the ultimate available too. He punches Architect off the map. He should be able to climb back on. Kriv falls as well, but they're still managing to stall out.
Oh, but Choice of One is actually helping him out. He's really covering Eileen really well, but Eileen goes down. Now using the attack visor key, but they're not going to be able to win this fight. He has to back off at this point. Yep, it's unfortunate too. You really can try to control some space there, but there's really no space to control when your team isn't there with you. And it's going to be Spark now. Yeah, and with Gushwei, he was anti, so he popped his primal right there. At the very end, he knows that he has to solve for these last few seconds. Now setting up to overtime. Kariv has found Shy, though, somehow in the back. And Architect is antied. Currently have Kariv, who's absolutely popping off, and Mandu's going to be able to get that follow-up here. Overtime is setting on board, and yeah, and they're also building into some of these ultimates, but they're trying to isolate MCD in the back. They called it out. It's Eileen who goes in and unfortunately got baited straight into that room. Now the grab is going to come on, and with the Nano online, Architect is going to dive in, but Jihoon, who was able to follow up with the minefield, that was because they were caught in that grab and they couldn't go anywhere. That was that perfect opportunity to maintain their lead here on
the back line, and it's actually a sleep and a punch onto MCD will take him out.
Eileen does not let MCD breathe ever so slightly. Overtime now as the Spark take back this point. Bernard has found Eileen, and that's a big pick. He does have that Meteor Strike, but will he have enough time to even get back here? Now coming in, and the duplicate that we were talking about from Shy. Jihoon, though, has found Bernard off to the side. That's going to be a reset, but it's going to be the Charge trying to take Charge. They shove Spark off, and they have a fighting chance here. Gushwei dives in a little too late, but he's going to reset with a primal while the rest of his team moves all the way back in.
Yeah, Gushwei's going in.
Luckily, MCD's right there for the support as well as the rally to help him out, but he's going to get taken out. And Jihoon has been able to help heal for a lot of the other members of Charge, especially the support, but now he's put to sleep. Luckily, they're on the point and overtime's on, and the way that this just played out, very similar to the first round when the Spark had confidently taken the point, but the Charge coming in with a different game plan. And yeah, that's exactly what they were waiting for the Spark to engage with that Nano Boost Gushwei to build into that primal, but Bernard is going to be out. Choice of One with the Echo duplicate, building into the Diva Bomb. Remech real quick, but that's an anti going on to Kriv and Michaeli, and that's 2 down from the Spark, and that means that they're going to have to go for a reset, because that's time taken away from them, and successful time for the Charge while they hold them back.
Yeah, Vicky, that was 2 minutes. That was 2 minutes ticked off the clock, and that was...
Now as the engage is started up, Architect is going to be able to utilize that duplicate to build into that gravitic flux, and here comes the Dragons isolating his Shy on Rio in the back here. Now this is going to be the Spark moving all in, and this is going to be the aggressive to take on this point. They've been able to funnel the charge and successfully winning in numbers. They're going to be able to start moving this payload.
Oh, nice. Okay. While I did call it perfectly, I didn't really see the charge there losing that fight.
And Rio's been anti. MCD's been pretty accurate with this, but Shy now is built up into the Dragon. The choice of one has found IDK with the Diva Bomb. A Diva Bomb for a Diva Bomb, but currently we have the Spark winning in numbers. It's going to be Bernard finding a quick 3K. Shy's going to follow, find Manzu, and I love the way that the Spark are playing this currently. Charge aren't going to be any. Can maintain this contention now, but it's going to be Gushue who's going to dive in with the Primal. Bernard taking a nap in the back. Gushue's still going to be able to reel around, and Shy fights too, and with the Primal, they've been able to control so much space, push the charge off of this payload so that way they can take the second point.
Wow, that was ridiculous.
These monkeys have just been able to honestly get halted because of the way that these teams have been managing to focus down on both Rio and Gushue. Michaeli has been able to find Gushue. Now that just leaves Bernard for some of that space, and they're going to wait him out, actually hold on in this corner as you see Architect and Shy be able to put on so much of that damage.
Ooh, Shy gets leapt on, Goomba stomped. Goodbye. Rio's Nano should finish this fight now, Vicky. Man, Shy has just been the plug in the bar. That is the this
duplicate though. Surprisingly here, the Blizzard's gonna come in and Architect's gonna get frozen again. Mondu's out, and this is gonna be super crucial because there's less than 15 seconds now on board with the Charge to try to take this payload, and the Spark now has found Mondu. That's gonna be a support down. It's gonna leave Karib to be able to help out the sustainability, but I don't know if anybody else from Charge can actually make it onto this point.
Oh my goodness, Gushue and Bernard, the saviors of the Spark right now, managed to touch the payload. Gushue finds two as well. Choice of one goes down.
Oh, the Spark aren't letting go of this payload right though to hold it back, but it's Gushue who's gonna find his head. Over time now, ticking away, and it's the Spark repositioning. I like this spot from Gushue, but he gets frozen from all the way up there. Choice Swan making sure that this May swap is definitely in the back to help them out, but they've lost Mondu and Rio, and Michele is losing so much health at the same time. The Deadeye, can this be enough here? Bernard finds him in the grab, stops him short. The Spark now finding these picks that they really needed, and that grab from Krong isn't gonna be enough. They hold them back, and they manage to get this payload.
Oh, careful in the duel.
Oh, look at that damage coming out onto Mondu from Architect. Shy's out of this fight. Talk about bringing this fight over to Shy. It's going to be Michele who's going to be able to find that fight first, and Architect goes down. That's both DPS out from the Spark, and Charge making a pretty strong start.
You aren't going to know what hit him. Rio's going to go in with the Nano Boost now, Vicky.
Yeah, the Nano Boost, and Rio's going to try to displace them off the high ground. Choice of one going in with the follow to find Gushue, though, knowing that they actually did so much damage. Quick sleep, and Bernard does have that Diva mech at least, but it's going to be the Spark trying to maintain this high ground control. To matter, Choice of one getting out, but he uses
to the Winston. Architect's already dead though, so yeah, that didn't really get too much at all. IDK is going to use the rally. Maybe this brings a little bit order to this fight. Two-man bomb from Krong though, and a boot off onto IDK. Are you serious? Rio and Krong taking over the fight.
The Charge tank line is having a ball. Rio popping off with that Primal. He's gonna have to fight Architect up close. He wants no business with that. He's gonna be able to move away. Bernard finds Karib though off to the side, and that's gonna be two down from the Charge. The Spark are regained some of that momentum. Michele is gonna be able to come out of the side, but not gonna find anybody with the Deadeye instead.
Now he's not gonna be able to get dislodged. Shy goes down again, caught off on the side. This rally might be able to save the Spark though, Vicky.
Yeah, Krong has been able to really put in a lot of that attention onto Shy, knowing that Shy has been a threat and trying to isolate him here. Diva Bomb is going to find Gushue though, despite him diving right back in there, and Michele is going to be able to find the Deadeye pick onto Bernard, despite Rio going down. Ooh, big anti onto Michele and Choice of One. That's actually caused Choice of One to die, especially with that Deadeye having clear view. Shy now wanting to make this comeback, but Kareem isn't going to let that happen. Somebody stop him. He's found two up to the back, and the Charger's still maintaining this aggression onto Spark, but look how much time has taken away from the time bank of the Charge. A minute and 10 seconds left now to try to catch this point.
Yeah, I mean, they had 4 minutes basically at this point.
Up and see the next day here. The Nano Boost now coming on to Gushue. He's going to be able to try to dive in, but he doesn't have the Primal. We'll have it up next, though, for this fight. We'll be able to hold on to it for this upcoming push from the Charge, but Rio's taking a quick nap. It's going to be Shy that's going to get the follow-up after that nap onto Rio. They're going to take him out. Michaeli is gonna meet him in the spawn. MCD gets antied, but they're gonna back off a little bit here because they left that with that Death Blossom. But currently you have Choice1 who's out of this fight as Shy manages to hold him back, get that quick dome shot onto him. Michaeli though finding the Deadeye pick off of Gushue. That's a really good trade here because now they're down to tank. Bernard taking some damage and so is Shy. He's out of this fight. Somebody stop Michaeli, who's been able to put on so much of an impact, and you see he's making his way towards the backline. So he continues to be a threat, but it's Architect who loves these close quarter fights over to the side corridor, and he just wants to make sure he has everyone's head on a stake.
Last fight, they get the touch, Vicky, but it's going to be so close down to the wire.
Oh, and Frog is anti. He's quite literally the epitome of one, but it's gonna be the Spark finding three. And luckily here for the Spark, they've been able to hold back the Charge. They cannot touch this point. And what a difference in gameplay that we have now witnessed from the Spark in comparison to the first map from the Charge. The Spark winning map number 2. A lot of damage. He's forced to hold back by the roof, and Choice1's by himself, but MCD gets taken out before he can utilize a nano boost. And that's gonna be big here too, because the Spark are gonna be forced to hold back, but the rest of the Charge aren't letting them get away this easily with Choice1 in the back lines, causing chaos. He has the duplicate, and he has Mandu to help him out.
Yeah, there's nothing really getting past this comp. Is comp actually Chengdu Hunters?
Pressure damage, and it's going to be the rally from IDK to keep the rest of Spark grouped up together. Shy finds Krong though, and that's going to be the main tank going down for the Charge. But the Death Blossom from Architect, he keeps bringing this fight to Choice1, and Mandu goes down too. Look how many people contributed to that pickoff though, and somebody stop Architect. He keeps holding forward. Duplicate has been able to put on so much impact. He gets away in time, but he finds IDK still in the process. Meanwhile, Architect has been absolutely chaotic in the backlines. He hasn't been stopped yet.
I mean, that's just Solid Q Reaper. TP to the back line, hit the Q, get 2 kills. Or Nano again on Shy. They should be able to clean this one up, surely. Krong doesn't have the remake, but he gets Nano, Vicky. He's still in this fight.
Yeah, Krong has just been able to be so much in this fight for a while too. The nano boost as well, Choice1 on the high ground. You have that burst damage coming in from above. Meanwhile though, Krong is creating the chaos. He's found Shy though, doesn't get back into the mech after he gets D-Mech. Bernard's gonna find him, and it's gonna be the Deadeye coming out, but gets shut down. Currently the Spark are winning in numbers, and Architect with this swap off from Reaper.
A double kill on that and not even ending the fight there and then. Shy finds yet another pick off on Choice1. Quick resurrection though. At least they're able to take high ground now, Vicky. Let's recollect our thoughts once more before this fight goes on even longer. Gushue jumping up to the high ground with Architect TP in at the back. Kariv and Michaeli go down.
Wow, that was a big anti onto Shy and IDK. IDK survived again. He's doing a really good job at repositioning himself, but Shy unfortunately wasn't as lucky. It's okay though, because Architect is finding so many of these heads. He doesn't care. He looks at danger in the face and he laughs, managing to avoid that duplicate Echo Diva Bomb. Now trying to boot the Echo Diva Bomb. His Choice1 creates one. Does have that nano boost onto him now to match out with Kariv, and it's going to be Shy finding the Deadeye. Make it 2 onto Krong. That's both tanks taken care of all by the lone hands of Shy. Love this from Bernard though, also finding not only 1 DPS but a support, and currently the Spark are cleaning up around the Charge. Can somebody touch this payload?
Yeah, just the ball, but he's going to get instantly taken out. That should be it.
Oh my God.
Just Nano your carry.
Get on board. Now has that nano boost ready to put on so much pressure. Choice1, you got to get out of there or else the revenge is going to be done on you. He does get out in time, and the way that Spark actually rotated through this with their missing members actually was really smart, because they currently still had 3 people left to hold on to that payload.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Can we just stop and talk about Shy dying to remake, please? Can we just get a replay of that and just have that in highlights for the rest of the year? That'd be great. Man, I love seeing remake kills. Choice1, just, I don't even need to sing his praises some more. This guy's an absolute menace. Not only in the...
Although Mandu forced to utilize that Valk, but it's not enough. Michaeli goes down. He won't be in this fight. Gushue gets hit by another anti. Kariv has been on top of this. And unfortunately, the Diva Bomb isn't going to find anyone. Just boot off the people that are hanging onto the high ground, but Shy finding Mandu and the rest of the Spark. Architect used that duplicate onto the Ana to try to get another nano boost, but having another healer on board.
Kind of losing these Sky Duels right now. Very early fight taken here. They know they can fight in close quarters because of Architects, but Choice1's in a prime position to kill off the supports.
Oh, but Krong is also low. He tried to reset with the Diva Mech, but they stop him in his shoes here, and that's Kariv and Krong going down. Kariv does have... Now they have the tools here, Jaws, and with the sleep onto Jihoon, he's gone, and so is Kariv after the fight. That Diva Bomb from Bernard. Luckily, Mandu's right there, but they catch off Mandu, and they finish off Kriv again. That's both supports down from the charge, and the one time that Mandu's positioning wasn't on point. Instead, it's going to be Choice One holding it down, getting the revenge, and finding the support lineup from Spark instead. But is it even going to be enough? At least plethora of damage that is going to be coming out soon from the Spark. And Architect found Lee. He won't be in this fight. This Widow swap obviously proving that it isn't enough. The DPS lineup of the Spark is too much to deal with. Now both supports are out, and it's going to be a Spark cleaning around the charge, and they take map number 3.
Oh boy.
But you know, you currently have Bernard who's not going to let go of that, and he's going to find Eileen. Meanwhile, though, Rio is going to be able to clean things up, that nano boost. And MCD's out without having to utilize his own nano boost. That's both supports out from the Spark. Lack of sustainability is going to come out with the charge making the way over to the point.
Oh, Choice One goes down. Bernard's in the back line. Should be okay, though. Offense, sorry, as he just run in with Rio, but Rio's getting bullied. Nano on the Reaper in the back line.
And Architect's found wrong, and now the nano boost is going to be a cleanup. Let it rip the rotation forward, and it's going to be Architect. Here, let's make it 3, all right? Let's find Eileen in the process. Spark, I like the way that Bernard also helped follow up with that, too. So both these teams, specifically the Charge, blue big anti, that's going to cause Mandu to fall. Krong is going to take that much damage, though, off of that. You have to beware, because now with the rally coming in from IDK and Guangzhou finding Kriv off to the side is going to be crucial. Eileen's going to trade the Anas, though. MCD's going to go down in the charge. Luckily, they're going to be able to hold their own, hold this choke point, and send the Spark back to the spawn. I like the way they just played that, too, because they didn't have to waste too much of their own resources at the same time.
And Eileen just goes.
And Shy gonna make his way over to the middle part to approach the point. Architect had the Death Blossom. You saw the plan gleam in his eye, and he got put to sleep in that moment. But the Charge are finding these pigs off of the Spark, and it's Guangzhou is the only one left here before the reset fully happens for the rest of the Spark.
He's waiting for those to get used first, and then he dives in, hits Q, and gets 2 kills. Griv's in trouble, though. 9 HP. Self-destruct kills him off, though.
He thought he was safe, but he turned around to see Bernard's mech blow up in his face. Meanwhile, Architect has found his way onto the point and managing to put on some of that extra damage with the rest of the Spark cleaning up around the charge. And this is a problem. They need to touch very shortly. Eileen's trying their best. He can't even get there in time, and the Death Blossom to control that space. That was great hold from Architect.
Very slow bits of oh my word, that sleep almost ended his life. Okay, Architect finished him off. That was a beautiful sleep into the headshot. Nothing saved you from that one, unfortunately. And goodbye, Kariv. Here's the bit of defensive aggression I don't mind. If you actually get a couple of kills or 1 kill and a bit of extra damage on top of that as well to the tank to force them to retreat, yeah, you can chase them that far.
Choice One make their way over to the point, and they found Shy. He couldn't get too far there, but the revenge from Architect to clean things up, and
he's gonna res him.
To res Shy? Oh wow, what a way to turn this around. They said you thought. Unfortunately, all that effort has now gone to waste after utilizing the duplicate to get the res. All right, Architect, we have our eyes on you.
Shy, he's running for the heals, but he's got 2 supports at his back, but Architect goes down, but Mandu's head gets clicked on too.
Oh, I love the way that we're seeing on the feed. The Shy getting the Venomine pickup of Eileen. Oh, Krong, though, has found Shy, but it doesn't matter. They've only lost Shy here. It's going to be the Spark having that number advantage. Rio's antied, but he's in the coming online very shortly to go in for the reset. If he has the time, he does.
Shy kills
and Guangzhou is taking a nap. That's going to be a big pickoff. That Shy
kill Mandu.
Double. That's going to be more of an impact despite Eileen going down. Shy still found both supports from the Charge, and they need to stay on this point, but it doesn't look like anybody from the Charge could even do that despite Krong trying to get back into the mech. Choice One being able to pop off may have been just too late because the Spark are not going to be able to trickle in, or rather force a trickle in from the Charge and clean this point around the Charge before they can even do anything. And Mandu holding on to this point for as long as possible. Can they finally finalize this? I mean, he just got the D-mech off of Bernard. I love it.
Okay, the point is being capped, maybe. They're trickling in. Guangzhou almost has the Primal Rage as well. Oh, the clone also into Architect to stay alive in the point.
And Rio finding this pig, finding 2 off of Shy and Bernard before Bernard can actually get back into the mech, and they finalize this point by the skin of their teeth here, Jaws. I mean, take a look at the time bank. off of the anti-2. He's forced to hold back so that way he can get some of that healing, and now Krong has found Architect. This sets things up for the Charge to be in the driver's seat, and you talk about making up for another support. Talk about Choi Soo-won, who's on the Brigitte, utilizing that duplicate, now having the rally to keep the rest of Charge together. They lost Karif, but with Choi Soo-won on the support, it's not going to be enough. Mondu goes down, that means they won't have a rally, and Jaws, it looked like a promising start here for the Charge, but the Spark has stopped that.
You know, Brigitte's name is Shield Maiden. She is the Shield Maiden. She is the Shield Maiden, a personal one for Shy. Literally standing in front of him with a shield. Like, he has his own personal squad.
Who will have the rally coming up for this fight? If the Spark can even get on this point, will look to be like a scary situation for the Charge. That grab stopped them from getting onto that. Gets hit by the anti. Eileen takes a lot of damage.
Has to touch.
Luckily, Mondu's right there. MCD's out of this fight, and that's going to be Architect to meet him back in the spawn. The Spark now are down 2 members, in the Charge are absolutely going to be able to hold on to the driver's seat as they do take full charge. Gushue, though, has found out Eileen, and that's going to be Gushue who's displaced, but they need to stay on this point. There's already 2 ticks that have gone in favor of the Charge.
What? Another Met kill, by the way, from Krong onto Bernard in that last fight, too. That was unbelievable. Choi Soo-won yet again. It is Choi Soo-won versus Shy.
Bernard gets hit by the anti. Luckily, with this rally, though, here, Jaws, the rest of the Spark are maintaining their survivability. Look at this health pool in comparison to the Charge. And now Architect is back on this Reaper in a different way, and they clean up the point. But luckily, you still have also some intel to let the rest of the team know as they do fight for the plateau here in Architect. Yeah, it's already found Rio, and that's a really big pick with Architect now making his way over. And look, he's right behind Eileen. It's a matter of time, Eileen, you have nowhere to go, and that's going to be a cleanup. Architect being able to hang out on these backlines, they've sandwiched the Charge. They're going to be able to move on to this point.
I mean, yeah, this is point number 1 gone. Eileen's going to change over to Doomfist to maybe get back to the point in time, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do anything. 1 minute and 30.
Oh, if you're the Charge, you got to stay on the point. They do successfully. Eileen on this Doomfist. Can they bring this back the way they did? He goes down. It's going to be Architect who consistently has been a menace on this Reaper. This close quarter fight is exactly why they brought Architect back here. And this is why that this has been so insanely close. Gushue now finding 2. Shy from the skies, finding that beam down onto Rio. Big anti, though, onto Architect, Gushue, and IDK. That's going to cause IDK to fall through. But the Charge don't have enough bodies. We're making some swaps last minute, and the time is going away. You got less than 5 seconds now, Jaws.
Oh my word, this should just be it. They're going to be able to push everybody off. 1 person left on the point.
Oh, bleeding to stall for as long as possible, but Architect not missing a shot. It's going to be the Spark who take it over the Charge.
Oh, 3-1 as well. Gushue at the very end, he got like 5 people who stayed alive on the Winston. They nanoed Architect in the back. Amazing sleep from Karim.